Hello! In this how-to video, I'm going to show you how to crimp a crimp tube, which is what you would need to do to finish a strung bracelet or necklace to attach the clasp. Okay, make sure you have the proper materials to work with. We have cable wire, and we have crimp tubes. These are 2x2 millimeter. We have a standard crimping plier and a clasp. Now I'm just going to show you on a piece of scrap here. I'm going to go ahead and scoop up one of those crimp tubes, and I'm just going to work on the last inch or inch and a half of the material here. Now I'm going to pick one side of my clasp and thread that onto the cable. And I'm going to tuck the wire back into the crimp. So the cable wire is going in and out of the crimp, and it's going around the clasp. So this loop's a little big still, so I'm going to tighten it up. Let's just slide that crimp up a little closer. But I don't want to get it too tight. I need to make sure that once this crimp is crimped, that there's still room for my clasp to be able to move freely. Now for the crimping plier. For the first step, I'm going to use the notch in the tool that's closest to the hinge. And depending on which way you're holding the plier, it's going to look like a crescent moon. So I'm going to line this up. The 2mm crimps and the standard crimping plier fit perfectly together. You want to make sure your crimp is completely covered by the tool and that you have it in the correct spot. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a squeeze. Okay. Now what that does is it creates a crease. Let's see if it'll focus up close here. Creates a crease on one side of the crimp. Okay. Step 2, I'm going to use the notch in the plier that's closest to the tip that's essentially round. So I'm going to position my crimp lengthwise inside of the plier. So the crease that I made is actually facing out away from the tip of the tool here. Can you see it? There it is. Okay, and again it's completely covered by the crimping plier. Give it a squeeze. Okay, so what that squeeze did, and make sure that when you're doing yours you can actually see what's happening inside of the plier there and not looking at it necessarily from the side, because you want to make sure that your crimp is actually folding along the crease that you created in the previous step. So this is now on here good and tight, but I'm going to go ahead and just smooth it out. So this is step 3 essentially. So I'm just going to keep using the top part of the crimper, the round notch. I'm just going to line that crimp up in there from a different angle, and that's just going to smooth out the fold that I made and make sure that our crimp is a nice smooth tight cylinder. I'm just going to squeeze it a couple times. Okay. There we go.